we're gonna get into fixed wing stuff here. I mean, yeah, Saber, take a pan down there. There's a lot of planes. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of planes. Is that a B-47? Way down there is one, yeah. There's also a lot of planes that you might not expect. So, I mean, before we go to this A3, I wanted to take us over here. So, I don't know if you guys know what this thing is right here, but you could say that it ain't from around these parts. It's a MiG-29 right here. And MiG-29s were kind of, most MiGs up until this point were what's called interceptors, right? So the MiG-21, which we'll get to, the MiG-21, MiG-19, they're interceptors. They're trying to go up, shoot stuff down, and come right back. The MiG-29 was a pretty radical departure in that. MiG-29s are an air superiority fighter, so they work more in line like what with an F-15, what an F-15 would do. I'm guessing it's a plane. I mean, yeah. For $5 million, you can buy one for personal use. I mean, I'm not sure I'd know what to do with this thing. I mean, fly it, obviously, but yeah. So I'm curious how these things got here, because you know, you're not expecting to see a Hind D like what they have down there, or a MiG-29. The Russians still use this. This is in widespread service. It's not something that's been retired and hasn't been used in a little while. They use MiG-29s, and they use a lot of them. That's literally their F-15. It's the same. It does the same thing. May I ask how you know all this information about aircrafts? I read a lot. Listen and pay attention. It pays off. Are there any Sukhois? I'm not exactly sure. We didn't cover all of it last time, but if we take a look, what I want to do is see if we can look around this. Don't get clotheslined by the mosquito tube. I want to see where this thing came from. I mean, but look at this thing. It's still got the USSR markings on it. I mean, is this a? Let me see if it says Fulcrum A interceptor. I'm wondering if this is like Russia actual or if it's from the Eastern Bloc. I mean, I'm trying to see if we can look around and see. Is there any markings that indicate where this thing came from? I'm gonna stick my head up in here, see what I can see. Nope, there's just a lot of Russian plates, and I can't read any of them. Yeah, Jason, that's what I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see if these are OP-4 planes. If there are any, if any of these planes served OP-4 and they were from defectors or something. I'm not 100% sure. This one, I don't know. There's not many markings on it. The 29 looks newer, but the cockpit is still a very old design. Yeah, it doesn't have like a full bubble cockpit on it, but Doom, that cockpit looks like it was replaced. That doesn't look like it's the original canopy. I mean, if you look, you can just kind of tell it's like it's all seam sealed up. I don't think that's the original one.
But this particular aircraft, according to Pima's website,
yeah,
was built for the Soviet Air Force and had full electronic and weapons capabilities.
Oh wow! So this is a real boy MiG-29. It's crazy. This is a good plane. It really is. It's a well-developed piece of equipment. It was designed, but once again, the Cold War was all about seeing, oh, the other guy's got that. We need to make something equal. So that don't hit the slat. You almost headbutted the slat. Yeah. I was like, I just don't want to see you get clotheslined. I almost tripped.
No bleeding.
Okay, all right, we're good. Yeah. So this thing was designed to match the capability of the F-15, and subsequently, that's kind of why it bears like a passing resemblance to it. They're not the same plane by any means. You've sat in one, Doom? There you go. We bought a bunch of MiG-29s from Moldova to keep them off the market. I believe that. I bet you they're in the boneyard. Could you let DC3 Girl know that I wanted to say thank you for all you do in helping this nerd that we love go out and teach us new things? There you go.
You're very welcome.
She says you're very welcome. MiG-29s from Belarus and Ukraine became OP-4 at Tonopah. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if these MiGs are Tonopah planes, Neural. That's exactly what I'm wondering. Like, let's see. right there. I'm trying to look and see what the, oh, wait a minute, what's this? See? Trip like crazy. Look at that. Tyndall Air Force Base, Florida, 82nd ARTS Restoration Team. 22nd of March, 2001. Huh. So this thing sounds like it was taken apart. They took it apart for restoration purposes. Goose, I'm fine. How are you? Huh. That's crazy, man. Yeah, restoration purposes. Good joke. Let's see if we can take a look at the business end here. Huh. I wonder what this thing is. Chaff launcher, maybe? Parachute? Parachute. It could be a parachute. Look like you're having a lovely time. Yeah, for restoration purposes. I like that. That's funny. I mean, look at this thing. Look at the angle of deflection on the rear elevators, man. I mean, this probably isn't even at full bore, but this whole thing, this whole control surface moves, which is crazy. Oh, there's more stuff over here. Huh. Are the engines missing? I can't tell, Tessa, honestly. I don't know if this thing has the engines in it. Tyndall Air Force Base in Florida, Lockheed Martin. Yeah, Lockheed Martin has the restoration program. Yeah, okay. The 82nd helped restore F-4s for Tyndall. Switching back over from Eastern Bloc and Soviet stuff, we got a Douglas A3 right here. I honestly don't know too much about A3s. I mean, the A designation means it's an attack plane, but it's a very interesting design. It kind of bears a passing resemblance to like an S3 Viking. Wiki says that the A3 is a strategic bomber and the heaviest operational carrier plane. Oh, nice. You protect me, tee-hee. I can't see that, Mason, because the screen's blank. I can't see you saying that, but I know it's you. The A3 was the Navy carrier's nuclear bomber. Nice. 200% IQ, yeah, right? Let's take a look. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I don't know what those are. Let's go back here. So you guys are saying this is a carrier plane, huh? It's a big carrier plane, man. This is a big boy for a carrier, dude. This thing's pretty big. Oh, the sun tries to burn me, but you won't let it. Yeah, and just like any other Navy plane, this thing has some beefy landing gear on it. Air intake for cooling and breathing inside of the plane. I believe that. Oh, look at this. You won't be able to see it, but there's a chart in here for saying what PSI you have to fill the tires up with, depending on the airplane takeoff gross weight. Geez, if the airplane is carrying 90,000 pounds of payload, you pressurize the tires to 235 psi. That's a lot. 235 psi. That thing must have been hard as a rock. Jeez.
Keep turning my shit so I can breathe.
Yeah, me too. This thing's got a tail gunner in it? What? Is this a ball turret? Okay. The next plane we have is a WB-66D. Now we know from the WB-57 that any plane that has a W designation is for weather reconnaissance, and that's exactly what that says right there. NASA uses a variant of the Canberra B-57 called the WB-57 for high altitude weather research, and that looks like that this plane did serve that same purpose. Let's see if we can take a look. Oh, the tire's from 1991. I can tell because of the way it is. but this thing was this thing actually has we have a surplus of one of the engines over here, and I'm not sure how close we can get to it without dropping a signal, but
Well, and we spent quite a bit of time on that on Thursday too.
yeah.
So we
No,
have been here already once.
That's not Anakin's pod racer engine, okay? It's a J71. It's a pretty cool engine. We went over it on Thursday, so we'll keep going.
So if you want to see some more detail on some of the things that we're going to be going by, there is Thursday's VOD as well. Because there's still hangars we have to go through as well today.
Yep. No, it's not shredded creeper. It had the tags on it that said 1991. So who can tell me what this is? Don't read the plaque. Who can tell me what it is and what company made it? Yeah. Oh snap! I like this. I like this plane. Bless you.
Thank you.
Is it the plane? Yep. Guys, this is a Convair B-58. It was a experimental kind of a delta wing bomber, and well, long story short, this thing was designed to go really, really low and really, really fast and drop really big kinetic energy weapons and then get out really, really quick. Convair actually used J79s. This thing has 4 J79s on it, 4 of them. That's the engines that the F4 Phantom uses and the F104. It's got 4 of these suckers on it. And then of course, that's not a bomb right there, that's a big fuel tank. Yeah, it's got 4 J79s. Now these things if I remember right, they either served very, very briefly or they didn't really serve much at all. Yeah, briefly in Vietnam, interesting. But never for their nuclear role. They were designed, this thing is designed to move nukes. That's a fact, no. I'm not sure how good we can get over there, but we went under it on Thursday if you guys wanted to go and check that out. The B-58 was used as a test bed for the engine in the XB-70. That sounds about right. Now this one of my favorites. Look at this thing. Who knows what that is? Trying to see the chat. Who knows what that sucker is right there? It's a plane. Yeah, okay. It's a Canberra. Any guys from the UK here? You guys from the UK know what this plane is. It's a B-57 Canberra. These were a bomber that was made by England in the 50s that the US actually ended up using in limited capacity. We used it, and actually it's funny because that sign over there says that they stopped using them in 1980. But NASA still flies B-57s to this day for weather reconnaissance, the WB-57. They still use those today. It's a highly, highly modified version of it. It almost doesn't look like the same plane, but... Are there some Canadian planes? Yep. Newcastle upon Tyne. Yeah, okay. So the tour is away from over there. Let's head back over here. There's other planes that you guys might want to see, like these lines of planes here. How does that landing gear fold down without hitting the tank? I don't know.
Excuse me, please. We have a diversion.
We have a diversion.
We have a diversion.
Okay, what are we doing?
We got approval. She's going to meet us at the restoration area.
We need to... Okay, we will get back to these planes really quick, but come on, trust me.